Eventually this festival is going to begin, right? Eventually this festival, then talk about this entire season. Eventually it's going to start. Anyways, no, episode 67 of Reincarnated Slime. Decent episode. I honestly, any episode where Milim shows up is going to be fun. She's just a bundle of fun. She throws like chaos into things, even though Freya's right there, keeping her in check. Frey being there was pretty cool as well. Just the Demon Lords themselves showing up was kind of a surprise, but yeah, honestly, I feel like even though Milim was there, Shuna took the show. Like, Shuna just came out of nowhere with a really cool kind of analogy about the ingredients within food and essentially connecting that to the concept of bringing everybody together. That's what they're doing here, is bringing everybody together to create connections and this trade that he wants to do. And she put it so well. She put it so beautifully. So hats off to Shuna. She's definitely best girl within currently Rimmedu's harem. I really like her a lot. But yeah, I almost feel like I'm trying to find something intriguing within each episode, and that's where I'm kind of struggling with the series right now. Obviously, I'm creating my theories on what's going on with Yuki, why he has the hero there, this idea of the hero essentially turning everybody on Rimmedu. It seems like this Empress has the ability to take control of Rimmedu. I'm not sure how successful she's going to be at that because there's that block there that's obviously protecting him. But yeah, we had the appearance of Rozzo. Out of nowhere, it's like the chaos of the Demon Lord showing up and Rozzo walks in the door. So now I'm questioning what Rozzo's doing. And then we also have Guard over here. He's talking about that there's these questionable figures showing up. So it's still kind of creating a lot of intrigue as to what might happen here, what's going to kind of mess up. But it might just be a culmination of a lot of things. Or, again, maybe I'm creating something out of nothing. But no, I'm a little bit upset that we have like the appearance of everybody. Everybody's super shocked by the appearance of this Empress, but I'm wondering where Luminous is. That's the question mark I have. I think we've pretty much had most everybody important that would show up has showed up, except for Luminous. Now, I guess the answer to that question is really that they don't want to have the general public know about Luminous, but they've already, at least with Hinata and her people, everybody's aware of this now. This seems to have come to the forefront, but I think the idea of Luminous being a Demon Lord is still unknown to the general public outside of their order. So that's probably the explanation of why Luminous isn't there, but I would figure she'd at least show up, you know, disguised or something like that. Maybe just not letting people know who she is, because it's kind of a shocker that everybody showed up except for her. But no, getting to the episode proper, we open up with them having raw fish. Of course, everybody's kind of shocked by this. The concept of having raw fish is just kind of unknown, which is a thing in a lot of isekais that usually gets into the trade routes, how easy it is to get fresh fish somewhere. Obviously, Rimmedu's already talked about the idea of using some sort of technology or something to get the fish elsewhere, open up those trading routes, and yes, that's something that everybody's going to kind of be appealed to once they try it. Now, I will mention, okay, so everybody goes up there to eat it. Obviously, Rimmedu's going to go up there immediately. Hinata's immediately going to go up there. Everybody that's isekai is going to come up there because they're all Japanese, and obviously Japanese people are obsessed with sushi. So they all go rushing up there. They make a little comment about wasabi and how Hinata can't stand it. Yuki's making fun of her as well. It was a goofy little bit there, but then, of course, everybody else starts joining in. Now, the question mark that I had is that after everybody kind of joins in, they're all coming in there with almost a mentality of trying it for the first time. The curious thing that I had was that, yes, after the Demon Lord showed up, and then suddenly Rozzo just kind of sneaks in. Like, everybody's shocked by this, and she just sneaks in there. She immediately goes over, sits down, and has sushi. That's very curious. The first thing that she does is immediately goes and tries the fish. Tries, question mark? That's what I'm kind of wondering, because it seemed like she was very confident about what she was trying. She's went up there, bam, I want some. It almost made me feel like, is there a possibility that she's an isekai too? I don't know. I have a lot of question marks around Maribel. I think she's kind of an oddity in the story right now, because when she was with Granville, obviously she's sitting on his lap, and it seems like she was making the decisions. Now, granted, he was kind of the lead in there, but it almost felt like she was puppeteering it. And so it does have me kind of questioning, is she possibly an isekai and she's controlling him? Or my other theory that I have is what's the possibility of her being maybe the link into the angels? Because that's been a question mark that I've had this entire time. The moment that they brought up the angels and how they don't like when people get too big. And obviously this whole entire season has been feeling like Rimmedu is getting too big. He's getting bigger and bigger. Everybody's starting to align with him. He's starting to bring people in. The whole ending of this episode is literally him saying, hey, if you're not these leaders, if you're not these nobles, come in here. We won't harm you. We need people. We need you. Look at all this great stuff. we need workers. It's an allure. Like, he's literally drawing people in. He's getting bigger and bigger. And then what's in that scene? Yes, Maribel. She's watching. She's not angry. She's not plotting her revenge or anything. There's no expression to her. She's just simply watching. And so that doesn't make you kind of wonder if she's not an isekai that is, again, going immediately to that sushi bar. Is there a possibility that she's part of the angels? Or technically both? Who knows? Maybe possibly both. But it does have me kind of questioning one of those two things, maybe possibly going on with Maribel. But yeah, it was kind of a shocker out of nowhere. She's just there. Which, it makes sense that she is there. Again, this was a party that was pulling in all the leaders and all the nobles. He was bringing in people to make connections for trade routes and whatnot. But honestly, we really haven't had any discussion about the Rozzo family since way back here. Like, way back here when Falmouth fell, we haven't really seen them since then. And it did seem like Granville was not giving up. Like, this wasn't the end. He still had something planned. So that might be, again, why Maribel's there. Why possibly Granville's not there. I don't think I've seen Granville. Maybe he was in the background somewhere, but I think it was just strictly her. And the fact that she's there alone, again, it implies that she's not just some random little kid. And again, they could be a bloodline of people that live for a long time. They sort of imply that as well, but I'll be curious what they end up doing with her. And again, she might be the trigger to the issues that were coming up here, and not my prediction, which is going to be Masayuki, the hero, which again, that could still happen with the whole tournament that's coming up. Again, they've already implied he's gone to tournaments before and drew in the people to his side. He might do it again here. So we'll see. But anyways, yeah, with all that, let's what else do we have in this episode? I kind of jumped ahead. Oh yes, the appearance of the Empress. Yeah, everybody freaking out that this big, massive dragon shows up and the Empress is here. Apparently, she's not really made many local appearances. Most short-lived people never expect to ever meet her, so it's kind of a big deal that she's there. And again, she immediately comes in there, and the first thing she does is give off this aura, and it shuts down Rimuru. It just kind of just blocks his mind, it interrupts his brain, and then that's when, yes, it kicks in and says it's blocked. Now, that was odd because it's like, it seemed like she triggered something. It implies that it's a heroic presence similar to Gazelle, but much stronger. But it really did seem like she was triggering something. Her eye like went and it did something. So I almost thought that she was trying to see if she can control him, which again, she's already implied this boy is doing things that are going to make a lot of profit. And for people like them, long-term goals is for profits for them because they live for so long. So they're always looking for connection. There's always looking for ways to build up money for these long-lived lives that they have. So it does make sense that she's going to want to either make connections with him or possibly just control him altogether. So that's interesting there. I have to admit that it's been so long since they introduced Gazelle that I don't even remember him doing that. But again, it makes sense them having this presence that's so dominating that it causes people to just completely shut down in front of them. My whole point, though, is that if it's something that she's triggering, then that's almost like a sign of aggression versus something that is, just casually, it happens passively, and oh, you fell to that. That's because you're weak. But either way, I don't think that Rimuru would see that as an aggression, or at least act on it, because again, he wants to create connection with these people. He doesn't want to immediately turn aggressive to them. But it does kind of make you wonder why nobody else in the room is affected by this, unless it is something that she is targeting specifically to him. But yeah, I skipped it. But yes, the Demon Lords show up. That was kind of fun. Just everybody showing up there. And again, Millam's saying that she created some sort of lie in order to get in there. But yes, Frey knows exactly. She's seeing right through it. And they make the stupid poultry comment. But yes, I love Millam. She's just too much fun. Just her there, apparently trying to get her subordinate to accept the idea of cooking and seasoning meals. And then it, again, turns into a whole thing of Shuna making that comment about how all the ingredients are from different nations and they all come together to make this great meal. Come together, everybody. It's literally like nudge, nudge, everybody come together. It was a cool little message there and really put well. But yeah, it all leads to the big speech, which was good. It was basically, again, kind of showing the idea that we want to work together. We're not going to gain trust immediately, but at the same time, we're open doors. Let's work together. But put very well, if you mess with us, we're still going to take you down. It's still showing that strength. It's not saying that we're laying over, come in here and do whatever you want. No, it's literally saying we want to work with you, but if we have to, yes, we'll fight. So be aware of that. Be our allies or go on your way, basically. But additionally, yes, like kind of like the fact that he literally lays out to everybody else, we're not going to harm you. You workers, you merchants, whatever, everybody else, we're open. And yes, we need people. And yes, come on in. Which again, I think is going to lead to that idea that if Maribel's possibly connected to the angels, or again, just the angels in general, this is a massive red flag. So it does make me really kind of wonder, yes, something might not happen during this tournament. We might actually get the whole thing with the hero possibly triggering something there. It does seem like he sees Rimuru in a positive light, so I don't necessarily see him doing it by his own volition. Again, it might be something that's triggered by his allies kind of getting him swept into something that he doesn't want to get involved with and his inability to speak up. But I think something's going to really push him, if anything. But I think the whole angel thing is probably going to be after this. And again, we also have the question mark of what is Guard talking about? There's these people that are there that he doesn't recognize. Again, this is a guy that's a merchant. He works with a lot of people. He knows these people. As a merchant, this guy makes connections. He's supposed to, for his job, know everybody's faces, know them. That you can't be a proper merchant unless when you see somebody, you immediately know what their name is, because the best way to make a connection and partnerships with people is to know who you're talking to and create that bond through the fact that you know who they are. So him not knowing a lot of people, again, specifically a lot of people, there's a lot of people that he's not. This isn't just one person. These are people that he's not recognizing, but he's kind of brushing it off. I wonder if they might end up being the Eastern merchants. Because again, we've already had them in the picture before. Maybe they're actually there to check things out, scope it out, or again, trigger something. It's all massive question marks. And again, I don't know if I'm overthinking things just because I'm seeking something. But we'll see what comes of it. But that's my thoughts on the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit that like button down below. Comment. As usual, don't need the answers to any of the questions here. Just making speculation. But comment. Let me know what's thought of the episode. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe before you leave. If you like this content, you want to support channel more, our links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it if it does. And until next time, y'all take care.